Hello, everybody, and welcome to my review of the most superior Decepticon, Legacy Soundwave. Oh, yeah, now this is a Soundwave. Looking at you, authentic Soundwave. Anyway, Legacy Soundwave is Siege Soundwave without the battle damage, now looking more G1 and shiny, allowing us to admire every single detail on display. Well, enough talking about the details. It's time to talk articulation and accessories.
When it comes to articulation, Soundwave is a very dynamic Decepticon. You can rotate his head, and because it's on a ball joint, it's got epic light piping. His cannon can also rotate alongside his head so that it doesn't disturb articulation. Also up and down, which is cool. He's got arm rotation, shoulder moves out, bicep rotation, which is really tight, double jointed elbow so he can move his arm all the way like that. His hand can also bend inward, or both his hands can do that. He's also got waist rotation. You can fake an ab crunch with those transformation joints that he's got. Though it's a bit tough to put him back the way he was. He can move the skirt panels to enable his leg movement forward. Back, there is no limitation except for that little peg he's got for the transformation. Knee bend, thigh rotation, ankle pivot, and his feet can move forward, but just barely, because of the way he's designed. But overall, he's got really good articulation, considering he's the communications officer, the guy who is behind the scenes. And also, he's got this little feature, which we'll take a look at in more detail sooner or later. So yeah. Now, let's compare him to other bots around his size. So, this is totally not the size that he is, but here we have him with Legion class Soundwave from Prime Beast Hunters, who happens to turn into a tactical UAV. And here we have him with Siege Ratchet, which is almost the same size, and he's a deluxe. Crazy. And who fell right now is Lord Megatron. He's taller than Soundwave, but just by a little bit. And last but not least, we have him with Rodimus Unicronus, the biggest bot in my collection that isn't Optimus Maximus. And the only leader class, obviously, that I have. Anyways, for accessories, Soundwave includes his shoulder cannon, which we saw can move in several different ways. That's nice. The gun that looks like a hand cannon and also turns into a sort of staff to make this a hammer, or any other weapon into a hammer. And finally, we have his G1 blaster, which can retract and I guess transform into his blaster. Just looks very cool. Anyways, we're gonna give him back his cannon so that he isn't looking ugly. Alright. So that's Soundwave. Now let's move on to transformation, shall we? And there we have him, ladies and gentlemen. Soundwave in lamppost mode. the official, not official, the not official, official fan mode for this guy. Originally shown in an art in the Siege box, and gone forever in the Legacy one. At least that wasn't reprinted in the Legacy one. But yeah, this is the alt mode, and it really isn't the best thing out there. It's quite a nice reference, but not sure if it's the preferred mode for many. Anyways, here's what he looks like next to a vehicle. So there it goes. We didn't totally notice that he was a Decepticon right there. Okay, and that's pretty much it. It's not bad, it's just cool, I guess. It's cool. Not his real vehicle mode, though. We're gonna get to that soon. But before, we're gonna show off his cassette gimmick. Now we gotta get him back to robot mode. Okay, so back to a superior mode right now. Okay. My goodness. This Soundwave really likes to not cooperate when it comes to transforming. This is not as bad as other figures. For example, any studio series that I own. Anyways, there we have him. Back in robot mode, or Chad mode, however you'd like to call it. So yeah, I'm gonna transform Ravage real quick to show him in the cassette mode. So yeah, here he is. I'm transforming him. Sorry to keep you waiting. Okay. And there he is. Cassette mode. And here's Laserbeak. The guys who I gave an 8 out of 10 now are a 10 out of 10 with Soundwave's compatibility. So there we go. Open his chest. Slide in Laserbeak. And launch. Yeah, he sometimes launches his cassette door so hard he launches the cassette too. And when it comes to Ravage, it's pretty tight, depending on how you get him in. But right now it's working okay. And yeah, that's about it. You can put either cassette. So you can go red. Or you can go with black. So yeah, however you wish. Also, 3 con logos with Ravage. That's including Soundwave Saga. Anyways, now to show one of the last features here, or second to last feature, is that you can pose Soundwave with his arm in just the right angle to do that. He can launch his own cassettes using his own hands, like in the show. And it's quite cool. And now for the final feature here, we're going to transform Laserbeak to show you. So yeah, here he is. And now you can perch Laserbeak on his arm just like the Masterpiece. And he stays pretty well there, unless you shake him too much or just bumps into something. But yeah, he can perch on either the right or the left arm. Doesn't matter. He can perch on Soundwave. And that is really cool. Alright everybody, let's get to that other transformation. His real mode, to be precise. Or the one that's seen on the box.
Now this is the real vehicle mode. It looks okay, but it definitely could have been better. Instead of looking like a brick banana with the way the legs of the robot stay for the vehicle mode. As for the transformation, it took me a while. I know, this figure is supposed to be super simple and a lot of people like really think his transformation is kind of dumb. I just think it's a little bit too difficult for what it really is, with how stiff the joints are. But the final result is quite satisfying, especially with the colors and the way it looks. It's cool, but not cool at the same time. It's a strange effect this figure has.
Alright, now it's time for size comparisons. One thing I had to mention before we get into it. You can add the third gun to the vehicle mode. On the side of the ship, there's going to be a little hole for a little indentation on the barrel, and you can stick it there and boom, third gun added. That's about it. Anyways, here is Prime Soundwave, and there he is next to Siege Soundwave or Legacy Soundwave, and you can put him on top. Nice landing platform and also launch platform. So next comparison, Siege Ratchet. So in length they're almost the same, but height, Soundwave's obviously a little bit bigger. Alright, next up we got Siege Megatron. This time Soundwave wins in terms of size, or does Megatron keep on the score streak? Who knows, man? But yeah, they're both around the same size when it comes to height, and who's wider? Megatron is wider by a lot. And length, Megatron obviously wins with that turret. Anyways, now for the biggest size comparison, Rodimus Unicronus. Can't even see Soundwave with him in this picture. So there he is. About the same size and height, and length obviously way longer. But yeah, there you have it. A lot of vehicles compared to Siege/Legacy Soundwave. And one neat thing you can do is you can still add cassettes here. So let's say we got Ravage. You can make that part of the vehicle mode look nice and decorated. Like he's got a little engine or a really cool playlist playing. So yeah, it's a really cool detail there. Alright, now it's time to move on to the conclusion.
In conclusion, this Soundwave is indeed superior in bot mode compared to every Soundwave that I have in my collection. But the alt mode is sacrificed for the better parts of this figure. I would have given this a 9 out of 10 if his transformation wasn't a little bit too difficult. So I give him an 8 out of 10.